now. Okay, folks, here we go. It is Creator.Prime in the red trunks playing Protoss to the southwest. Versus his opponent, it is ST.Hack in the blue trunks playing Terran to the northeast.
And Daybreak here, especially, you know, how we mentioned before, I think that we will see a standard game to begin with. Both of these guys will respect each other. I don't think anybody's going to come out with any cheese or anything initially and early on. I think they'll play their... This is my build that I use all the time, you know, that kind of build, that the standard one. And I think that could be a great game to open up this best of 5 series with.
I think so, and I don't expect a quick game from either of these guys, honestly, considering the caliber of play we see from them and the nature of this map. This is very much a back-and-forth kind of map. We've seen some very long Terran versus Protoss matchups here.
Yeah, I mean, that previous one wasn't a really long one, but it just displayed how good of a player Hack is.
Yeah,
and I'm very excited if he's actually going to use mech. I mean, imagine if he uses mech versus Creator.Prime. That would blow my mind if that was to happen here.
That prove a point, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. And there's still a lot of doubters in there. I think I'm one of them as well. But if he was to use it, then by golly gosh, you know, that's pretty amazing.
By George, I think he's done it. Well, we'll see. We'll see. And I don't know if he will on game 1. I think that maybe in a best of 5, maybe you just want to try straight up, see how it is. And obviously these guys have met before, there's no question. But I don't know, there's a gas coming down though. So Hack could be pulling something along these lines.
Yeah, he could be. He really could be. And, well, Creator's going to have to put 2 and 2 together. He's going to see this wharf. It doesn't mean there's gas. It doesn't mean there's an expansion down either. So, going to be a little bit difficult to read, and that's nice mind games coming out from Hack of best of 5 series. Once again, he has to be careful about that supply depot.
Yeah, he actually really does need to be careful about that supply depot. Jesus, come on, Hack! What are you doing?
I was 1 hit away.
Yeah, it was. He was playing close to the wire, man. He didn't want to be disrupted. He didn't even pull another SCV to deal with that. That's what he actually ended up doing against Lua. That's... Whew, I don't know. I'm going to need a moment, man. My heart's all aflutter.
Creator.Prime is not building a Zealot, and I like this. What is the Zealot really for? If you think about it, it's 100 minerals. What's it going to do? Usually it does help prevent an SCV building an engineering bay down. The bunker's going to be there, so that's why he needs it. That's going to be annoying.
I love that. It's just like, well, we're just going to prove why you're wrong, so here you go. But yeah, that's going to sit there and be irritating.
Yeah, that's going to be annoying, and he has to chrono boost the Stalker out. It would have been nice to see an engineering bay, but I guess that he has other plans. And he can always just get rid of that bunker, I suppose. But yeah, that's going to be a little bit annoying for Cray, who wanted to go for a pretty early Nexus. And that's the reason why you need a Zealot. People have been skipping up on it, actually, and going, well, nobody really does a bunker engineering bay anymore, so I don't need a Zealot. And so he just puts the bunker down.
Unless, of course, you Hack, in which case you do.
Yeah. Factory coming down, though, for Hack. So he is going to be playing a Marine Hellion style again, with a medivac drop most likely.
Yeah, this is the same build order, including that bunker, but unfortunately, the probe gets in and it sees no expansion here. That doesn't necessarily mean anything, though, because that expansion could be being built in the main.
Yeah, but it's most likely he knows that gas is down, which will probably signify, second gas and Robo to come down pretty early. I doubt he'll throw down additional gateways first. I think he'll go Robo because the likelihood of this is not multiple barracks because it's such a big map. It's most likely a form of tech. So I suspect that he'll go Robo for double observers really early on, and then add on additional gateways. But still, he could throw gateways down if he feels that it could be a bio play, like a bio all-in or something. But we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, we shall indeed. Well, there's the Robo, as you accurately predicted there, coming out from Creator.Prime as he continues to chrono boost into his Nexus for the time being. One gate, a Robo into whatever the hell he would please, and in the meantime... There's a second... Yeah, this is identical to... This is absolutely identical to his previous build. It is the Hellion drop by the looks of it, unless he decides to plonk down an add-on, which he doesn't. So there's your medivac.
He's a little bit... Well, just a few seconds supply, but I guess it doesn't hurt him too much because he has to wait for the third Hellion. But we do have that observer, so it'll be like a double... I mean, a robotics facility, so it'll be like a double observer. He'll have one go ahead and scout what it is, and the second one will be back and forth in case it is a Cloak Banshee. And then he'll start to make units, and that could catch him off guard if that's what he's thinking with double observer, because of course that's a lot of gas away from units and stalkers. The gateways are late as well, and this could still work from Hack.
It could, certainly. And immediately after that drop, we see Tech Lab going down on both sides. Could throw in that Banshee, as you accurately pointed out, and... Wait, where the Hellions? Yeah, never mind. I keep forgetting how this actually goes. He picks up the Marines, this time with a full drop. He'll then go to the back of the main base, drop them in there, and there's a couple of Stalkers waiting there, but there's all sorts of areas he could drop otherwise, and then we'll pressure with the Hellions from the front to try and do some damage. So let's see how it plays out for him.
And the Observer doesn't get any info either. Actually dodges both of these things, so... The Stalkers in the main are in a decent position, though, to actually deal with this.
Yeah, they are. And the drop comes down almost immediately, however, and the medevac actually doesn't take too much damage because the Stalkers are forced backwards. So let's see how well this actually deals with this. And oh wow, the Stalkers have actually moved back, and Hack has gone right into it. Force fields, but this is actually a perfect opportunity for Hack to actually kill 2 sentries. I'm surprised he didn't go for it. He drives everything off the mineral line in the process, and this has been dealt with a hell of a lot better here by Creator.Prime than it was by Lure, but Hack still kills 9 workers.
Yeah, 9 workers, but not enough. Not enough at all, because he's, you know, Creator's still got the lead. He's kind of listening to the Nexus. That didn't work, and, you know, that hurts him. There's a Banshee follow-up coming. The Observer spots the Banshee leave just about, actually. He sees the circle of the starport lift up, which means a Banshee or a unit was just constructed, which for the Tech Lab means a Banshee. So he's actually in position to defend against this too, and picture-perfect defense by Creator, and all of a sudden, he's ahead in this game, and should be able to steamroll the rest of the way. But, you know, mistakes happen. Mistakes do happen.
Mistakes define games, man. It's not about who plays the best, it's often about who plays the worst, and which mistakes are made and which mistakes are then capitalized upon. The Banshee immediately spots that there's no chance for him to go in there. The Stalker's at the back here, and when this happened against Lure, we had more workers killed, and we also had the Banshee get in and kill about 5 or 6 more. This, at this point, did not happen. So the whole investment has resulted in 9 dead workers, which is not enough to stop Creator.Prime at this stage.
And we are going to have mech again with 4 gases down.
Loving it.
So, alright, let's see how this is going to work out. But unfortunately, it's going to be difficult to judge again because of Creator's lead. You know, once again, we can say, well, Creator beat it because he had a lead. So it's going to be hard to judge again. But Creator right now does have an Observer that sees not too much yet. Sees a 3rd command center. Yep. He doesn't know about mech yet. He hasn't gone in to see that. And there is a Raven and Marines chasing out the Observer in a second, or will be, I guess. Maybe no. No, the Observer's going to go in. Oh, it's going to get the factories.
That is crucial. That is crucial information. And he sees both those factories. Yeah, that's incredibly important. Is he actually getting away with that Observer? I think he actually might. Yeah. Oh, no, the Vikings then, never mind. Yeah, so he loses that. But yeah, he knows it's mech. And does he scratch his head at this point, or does he just continue as planned? No Immortals coming out as of yet. He's got 1 on the field already, not building a second because he's too busy building a Colossus at this point.
Yeah, Colossus are pretty good, but he's getting Zealot Charge, he's getting an attack upgrade too. I suppose he will want to take a 3rd base any second now because he wants to, you know, we talked about how mech is all about building a big army, so why would you personally build a big army if you know you can get a better economy and provide for a stronger army again over top of that?
Yeah.
You know, it makes perfect sense to go for a 3rd Nexus here, but Hack is set up in a defensive posture. He has currently 1 reactor, a 2nd one being set up, not 3, but 2. So he's still going to have 4x4 Hellions across the map. Let's see how Creator deals with this, compared over to his previous opponent, which did kind of fall down relatively easy.
Well, you're getting what you want, man. You are getting the true test of this build. Does it work against a player that is as good as you are and has as much money as you do? Is this a strategy that is actually viable if you haven't done immense damage before that? We shall find out. The double armory is coming down here for Hack, and he grabs 2 more gas, of course, on his 3rd base. The 3rd base not quite established for Creator.Prime as of yet. Now, bear in mind that when this worked against Lure from Team MVP, this also involved a lot more harassment. Like, the 2nd wave of harassment hasn't actually come in yet from Hack, and that's going to involve Blue Flame Hellions, most likely +1. May decide to wait for that, he may not, and a large number of Hellions. He currently has 12, might want to even wait for more than that, so let's see what he decides to do. The drop is coming in, Blue Flame Hellion drop already intercepted here by Creator.Prime, and he actually even going to get all 4 Hellions out? He does, and is able to do at least some damage, but once again, Creator's defending much better than Lua was.
Yeah, and he does bring down most of these Hellions. Is he going to get anything done? No, says a Colossus. No, says the second Colossus, and 1 Hellion does remain. Whoa!
Kills one more. Yep.
And there are Hellions going to the third base, though. This is undefended.
That's true, and the thing about Colossi, of course, that they just don't maneuver all that fast. But he's already moving there. He knows about this 1-2 attack. He's already moving a Colossus in, and yes, he's going to lose some probes. Actually, going to lose a hell of a lot of probes, but he does clean that up, and good lord, it's actually kind of brutal, but I don't know, he just threw away about 12 Hellions to do that kind of damage. It certainly put him behind economically, but it was, once again, not as effective as we saw previously.
Yeah, I mean, he's to bring down the probe count of 54 versus 66, so he, you know, right now Hack does have an economic lead, but that is being chased up upon with Chrono Boost, of course, to try to replenish that as fast as possible. With the second robotics facility coming down, he's be able to increase the Colossus and the Immortal account as well as he wants to. He may go one-on-one, like Immortal on one, Colossus on the other. He can go double Colossus, even though it is a little bit more risky. They do get broken down relatively fast, so he may want the Immortals to stay in there a little bit longer to get to the back of the army. But Hellions, oh my god, out of position army here from Creator, but oh, Hack moves into it, so Creator gets a free one there.
Exactly, yeah, that could have got a hell of a lot messier than it was, but Hack can't actually do anything with those Hellions right now. 4th base now being established to the top here for Creator.Prime, who is playing very passively, which is exactly what he should be doing. The last thing he wants to do is be pulled out of position. The Creator.Prime has some kind of sixth sense, man. Like, his army is always sort of around the area it needs to be. Hack now making a move onto the 4th is going to be immediately intercepted. And oh, wow, that's a lot of Hellions that just dropped for really no gain whatsoever. Creator.Prime is all over this. He knows exactly what's happening.
And the Archons are coming in now to tank damage, basically, as much as possible with their 350 shields. And that means the survivability of the rest of the army increases just because of the Archons. That means that the Colossus will now survive longer to do more damage. But Hellions, again, in the center.
Yeah, but running right to the Xel'Naga Tower and actually giving the Creator a chance to move into position. And even then, he said the Colossus just guts it. It's just so unpleasant to watch. You can't take out an Archon with nothing but Hellions unless you want to lose a lot in the process. And that's just been demonstrated right there.
And, well, with a 4th base going up for Creator here, he has to be careful not to lose the Hellions. He is very spread out now with a 4th base up. But 3-3 is soon to be done for Creator with double Immortals being made. And now Hack is about to move out. He's about to take the center map. He has a bunch of Vikings too here. So that actually prevents drops. It prevents the War Prism. He can scan and kill observers, even though that doesn't make too much sense. He can pick off observers randomly. He also has Banshees in there too, which will help. But it's a very interesting army. This time around, it's not quite a 2-2. If he takes a fight before 2-2, this may just die.
It very well might. And oh wow, that was a great crossfire being put down by those Colossi to eliminate a large number of those Hellions. And Hack's army takes a bit of damage here. The Vikings now move forward. The Stalker count is not as high as I would like. Actually, it's nowhere near as high as I would like. All of the Colossi get obliterated very rapidly. And it's messy for both sides. The Vikings now having to land to clean this up. The Zealots got into the back line, and as a result, we see that Hack's army falls to pieces.
Indeed, it does. And the Vikings, like you said, bring the Colossus down. But the problem is, that took Hack a very long time to build, and I don't think he can rebuild an army at the same speed of Creator. Well, I know he can't. And so Creator has an advantage in that. He has a 4th base up. Both of these guys do. Hellions, though, can easily turn the tide. But look at that, Creator already moving across.
He's already there.
He saw the movement with an observer.
Yeah, he's so fast.
So he does intercept well.
Yeah, I'm loving that. Hack just can't get a word in edgeways here. And this style only seems to work if you're able to drive your opponent back economically, and he's not been able to do that right now. He has killed 26 workers throughout this game, but it still puts Creator ahead on a fully functional 4th base. And, of course, with quadruple Chrono Boost available, and +3 about to kick in as well. So, Hack's playing well, but Creator is up to the task.
And Vikings are going to be dead space now, because even though there's only 2 Vikings left, if he makes any more, they'll be rendered useless, as he's not making Colossus anymore. He's gone pure Immortals, and at 3-3, he's also getting the shields upgrade. Hellions towards the north side.
Cannons, though.
Cannons in, but he can go behind them.
Yeah, he can, and he's able to do some damage, certainly, and that was a nice shot. If he gets one more shot off, and he does, nicely done, takes it to 34 killed now. Still not quite where he needs to be, but at the end of the day, it's minerals. He can throw that, that's not a big deal, but can he hold the center?
The weakness of Creator's army right now, going Immortal Zealot Archon, is EMP. It's as simple as that. One or a bunch of EMPs, this game could use, or the army just melts. So that's going to be very important. We are having Ghosts now coming out. Another wave of Hellions at the bottom. Combined with 2 Ghosts, they're trying to jump on, but they might want to just return home. They'll probably just die.
I wouldn't recommend it. You know, a Ghost actually has more HP than a Hellion. I don't really see how that works out. But if you put a Ghost in a Hellion, they could combine their HP. But no, I don't see that happening, I'm afraid.
The Battle Hellion.
Battle Hellion. Yeah, actually reminds me of Command and Conquer Generals. You remember that unit for the Allied side? Was it the infantry fight? The IFV. Yeah, where you put different. Yeah, that was great. Actually, was that Red Alert 2? I can't remember. I think it was Red Alert 2.
Yeah, the vehicle carry thing.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was fantastic.
We do have the army moving down now, but Hellions again at the north side.
Gonna keep on with this, and at the end of the day, if he kills enough probes to make it worthwhile, then it's fine. And there's so many Hellions here that the probes are getting split up quite nicely, though. Creator.Prime doing a reasonable job of it, as much as he can in this kind of situation. And he's gonna make Hack pay for every single kill. And at the moment, that's now 44 workers killed. That was an effective attack. He did spend a lot of Hellions to make it happen, but once again, they're easily replaced.
Ooh, Dark Shrine coming down. That could be really annoying if he gets DTs into the mix, because it'll be very difficult to tell if a DT is actually there.
Yeah,
but
he doesn't have that
right
Raven
now,
either.
Hack trying to get towards the Xel'Naga Tower. Can he set up position in time before Creator's ready? And he is going to be able to.
Yeah, I don't like the tank position. I would like to just be a little bit further forward here, and now he's pushing forward, actually, and he can inch his way and actually get the siege up on that 5th base, and it's very difficult to hold this, but I don't know, Creator's got a big army. Let's see how this mech army actually ends up doing. The Colossus actually did get back into the mix, and they make a huge difference here as the EMPs do a reasonable amount of damage. The tank count's still very, very high. If he can keep the enemy away from the tanks, then this will work. But can he do it? The Zealots break their way through, and he can't quite do it. But Hack has what he needs. The snipe's going off.
But not enough. That army is not enough for Creator. DT's coming to the mix. That's what I said. Could be a little bit awkward here. He's going to have to use scans. He does have stands available, so goodbye DT. Does Creator have enough gateways to power this? He's got a lot more gateways than Law has. The gateway count is at 16, I think. So is he going to be able to reinforce enough? Because he's reinforcing with Zealots, and he's reinforcing with Hellions. War Prism on the way to the main base too. I guess he can drop Zealots and DTs to slow the production down of Hack. Is Creator going to be able to hang on to this middle? If he loses this 5th base, then Hack's going to be able to show us all how to play mech.
Yes, he is. I mean, he's doing really well considering Creator's doing so much better than Lua was, but he's still not quite able to deal with it. Here comes the Warp in. DTs combined with Zealots as well. May trigger Hack just force his way through here because he knows the army from Creator.Prime is much, much weaker and can't handle firepower of this magnitude. SCV's been brought into the mix, but tanks come out at just the right time to deal with these Zealots. Haven't picked up the DTs as of yet. There's actually only 1 DT in there. Really needs to scan immediately before he ends up losing more tanks. And another DT actually into the siege line of Hack at the front.
And there's even a DT at the Planetary Fortress in the bottom right. But right now, Hack is in midst of transitioning to battle cruisers. He's finished up with 1-1 ship upgrades, and he doesn't really want to sit there if he wants to transition over. He needs to start throwing down additional starports soon if he wants to carry through with this. But he is caught naked now in the middle.
Not good, not good. That's a lot of free tanks right here as Creator.Prime is able to take that position very nicely indeed. The Hellions coming at just the wrong time. And so few. And that Dark Templar is still there. It's got 5 kills already. The scan comes in finally to pick that one up. But this is ugly for both. There's a DT at the bottom now doing immense damage too. It actually could take that Planetary Fortress out, but no, there's the repairs.
Yeah, you can go for the SCVs, man. You got 7 already. Go for more.
Certainly.
And scan and Blue Flame will bring that down in a second. Oh, he's waiting for the Raven, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to use scans here. Double Warp Prism coming out from Creator.Prime. What could that mean? We will see very shortly.
Well, the main base is about to get exposed, is what that means. And probably that Planetary Fortress again shortly. And he's going to send them up north and down south here. Let's see how much damage he can do. Once again, Creator trying to build up another army at 180 supply compared to 140. Battlecruiser switch is not going to come because he's not comfortable right now. Hack is in pressure. He's losing fights left and right. He's about to lose and do damage in his main base. There is a Viking in patrol move, but the Warp Prism is with speed. It'll zip right past.
Yeah, Hack's got to actually intercept, and he's not quite quick enough. He had a second Viking below that could have done it. He spots it, so he's a bit prepared to deal with it, but he's just moving the Hellions back, actually, and yeah, he should be able to deal with that no problem at all. But look at what's down the bottom. Stalkers, many of them, doing yet more damage and wiping out yet more SCVs on the line. Battle cruisers are now being deployed.
Yeah, the first battlecruiser is on its way out. There is another starport in the main base. We can build 2 at a time here, and I guess he's just waiting for the right resources. But Creator, Stalkers first, bad idea. But the Stalkers in the bottom right, excellent little maneuver there by Creator to force the SCVs off, to slow his opponent's economy down. Creator taking another base at the north, and I can't believe we're actually seeing like a late mech playing. I don't even think mech could make it past the mid game, but we're in the super late game now.
Apparently it can. That single Stalker left there to finally rot, and Creator's doing a fantastic job of picking his opponent to pieces here, but meeting an army head-on could be difficult. Here it is.
DTs in the bottom right and in the third base too. That one gets blown up pretty fast. But
why build missile turrets? Oh, well, there we go. Now he's building missile turrets.
Yeah, and that's doing a lot of damage. Another DT to the bottom right again. He knows it's weak. He's going to hit it again. Why
not? Why not? This harassment is fantastic here from Creator.Prime, and it's slowing Hack down so much. We're not seeing that massive number of Hellions that we saw previously because he can't keep his production going. He's trying to build battle cruisers. A battle cruiser costs as much as an expansion. It's really difficult to get, and
more.
Yeah, exactly, and more gas, of course. 1 BC is not going to turn the tide here.
And Warp Prism in the south will go down to the Vikings. DT's finally cleaned up, but at the same time now, Creator's got a very strong army. He's almost at 200 supply.
That was Hack, though. You know, Hack's getting there, too. Especially if he gets a second battlecruiser in the mix. Be very, very helpful for him. He does have a Raven. Thank God he has a Raven. And that will prove to be extremely useful, not only for detecting those DTs, but for throwing down some of those anti-stalker point defense drones. Another Warp Prism down to the bottom. He really wants that 4th base down.
And another one in the main. It's going to get spotted and picked up really fast.
Oh, shut down!
Yeah. Shut down. But there are Stalkers in the bottom right again. A blue flame behind drop to the top left coming out as well from Hack, looking for the mineral line. Both of these guys trading economic blows left and right, but who will end up winning the war?
Oh, he only gets 2 Hellions down. He doesn't get the focus fire on the probes either. He gets a couple more shots on, so not terrible, but he would have preferred it to be a hell of a lot better than that. This game is crazy, absolutely crazy nonsense going on between these two right now. And I still don't even know who's ahead, honestly. I mean, SCV count-wise, sure, you know, Hack is behind, but he's got a hell of a lot of orbitals. He does have mules. He has a big, scary army. Creator.Prime is not quite as large. Let's see how it turns out.
Yeah, I can't even predict this fight. I actually have no idea who's going to win this.
I got no baseline
I've never seen mech like this before.
Yeah, it's a really interesting combination, but here it goes, meeting in, and so many siege tank shells landing on top of Creator.Prime's army.
God.
Wow, that was insanity. The battlecruiser is still in the mix as well. The Colossus count not as high as I would like, especially bearing in mind he's got upgraded Vikings on the field. He actually, the smart thing is he brought his Hellions back this time so that they didn't die to the Colossus.
And, you know, combining that attack with EMPs, it's so sick. It's so sick, and Creator knows it too, and actually just gives it that base. He's going to go and attack down the bottom right, saying, well, I guess I can't fight this head on, man. I tried it. I don't know how to do it. So if he moves around to the bottom right, maybe he can catch the army on siege, and then it becomes easy. But this Colossus stuck in the middle.
Oh no! Oh my God! Unbelievable! Creator.Prime gets his Colossus stuck there, and I don't know what's going on with that, but that could really cause him a hell of a lot of problems. 2 Colossi versus 4 now, and he goes in for the Colossi, gets them for free, no problems at all. Hellions versus Colossi, Hellions win. When does that happen? And Hack getting a crucial win there, but look at the supply. Look at how many SCVs he lost there. He's down to 27.
Yeah, so much money in the bank, and that's the thing that's probably going to win Creator the game. Despite the head-on army, he's not going. He catches a lot of tanks on siege, and in flood the Zealots.
Oh, and they get all over the siege tank line right here. The Colossus, the battle cruisers are still here. And can he take the Stalkers out more to the point? The Raven is proving to be useful here, but once the Stalkers get in here, this is going to get grim, and both of these guys tearing each other to pieces.
Yeah, and look at the SCVs coming to try and get repairs on.
He tries to get the repair and he doesn't quite get it. Tanks moving in though. Hack holds again. army supply-wise, Hack is actually really close to Creator.Prime here, but 75 workers to 29?
Yeah, this is where it fails, and the thing that's going to succeed here is Creator's aggression and harassment throughout the game knocks his opponent's economy out.